Hi everyone, welcome in, and I'm Tammy on the Siberian Wind, and Merry Christmas. I'm glad you're here. If you will check into the chat, let me know you're here when you get here. I would greatly appreciate it. We are going to be going for probably about 2 hours. It just depends on how things are going. But yeah, we're gonna go for a little bit. So if you are watching, just please put hello in the chat. That works. That'll get that's enough. That's enough. So over back on Quiltmas, I made a checkerboard, and I gave that checkerboard away, and a lot of people want that checkerboard. So we are going to make a new one today. So welcome in. Hey Shelby, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So what I did to help everybody out, including myself, is I did go ahead and put a download sheet in the description box. So the download sheet is free. You don't have to pay anything for it. And that download sheet is going to let you have basic instructions. It's not, follow along detail instructions, but it's basic instructions for the checkerboard. So I'm going to reference it a few times as we go through today, just so that you have some kind of reference. So if you're not watching this on Christmas Day, if you're not live, leave me a comment, let me know that you are here, and let me know what you think about the instructions. So the first, I have pre-cut everything. So first and foremost, everything is pre-cut. So what I've got over here with me right now are my checkerboard pieces. You cut two 2-inch by with the fabric strips, and then you subcut those into 32 of each 2-inch squares. So you need 32 of your light, and then 32 of your dark, whatever your light, whatever dark's gonna be. So you can tell that mine are very color coordinated, but you can definitely tell the difference between the two. So you'll cut that. I went ahead and cut, you will need two 3.5-inch wide by width the fabric strips for your pockets. You will need two 2-inch wide strips for a initial inner border. You will need two, and I used the opposite fabric for this one, two 1.5-inch wide by width the fabric strips for your thin next border. And then you'll need one 2-inch wide strip. And I again went with my lighter fabric. That's just the way that I did the first one, so that's the way I'm doing the second one. So that one is cut 2 inches as well. And then this last strip is cut 3.5 inches wide. And this is everything you're going to need for the top. So you've got your strips, and then you've got your squares. So that's everything you need for the top. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of each of these, and we're just going to sew them all together in pairs. Now I am going to sew with the light on top on one, and then on the next one also with the dark on top. So I'm going to alternate which one is on top and which one is on bottom, and that's going to give us the checkerboard look. So if you are here hanging out with me today, let me know what you are working on this wonderful Christmas day. If you are watching this on replay, let me know what you thought of your Christmas. How did your Christmas go? Did everything work out the way you'd hoped? Was it a pleasant and quiet Christmas? Was it hectic and stressful? Did you listen to a lot of Christmas music? What did you do on Christmas Day? Obviously, you guys know what I'm doing. I'm going to be sewing a quilted checkerboard. So there's a total of 64 squares on a checkerboard or chessboard, whichever one you want to play on this board. Either one. There's 64 squares. So I have 64 total squares. 64 total squares. And I'm going to make sure my chat is on live chat there where I can see everything. Awesome. I'm getting Merry Christmas text messages as we speak. So my watch may be going off quite a bit today, but of course I'm not going to respond to anything until after we're done. That is the way that Christmas goes around here. We get a lot of messages back and forth, and we get phone calls, and that's how our day goes. Our Christmas meal for today, I fixed chili, and then the husband fixed deviled eggs, and he also fixed some kind of dessert thing. I'm not sure exactly what the dessert thing is, but it tasted alright. It's like some kind of jello something or other. I don't know what he calls it. I know better than to ask, because I don't know names. I don't know names. I'm not worried about it. Hi, Carrie. Welcome in. And she says, hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. It is very, very much a Merry Christmas today. It is not nearly the snow-covered Christmas that Hallmark paints that should be the perfect Christmas. So we actually had rain and wind earlier. Shelby says she got her first message about 4:30 a.m. and she's glad she didn't hear it. Well, we were up late. Neither one of us could sleep, so we got back up and did our Christmas gift exchange at like 1:30 this morning. I am not a patient person when it comes to Christmas presents, so waiting is really, really hard. And my husband knows that about me, so he puts up with it. He puts up with it. So I got a couple of beautiful little display sewing machine stained glass looking pieces. I also got a couple of shirts. I haven't tried them on yet. I want to wash them before I try them on. I got a couple of quilting, sewing related shirts. Those came in for Christmas. So you guys will get to see some of my Christmas hauls soon. I wasn't going to throw it in the wash at 1:30 this morning. Wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to do it. So, did you guys get any Christmas related or quilting related Christmas presents this year? Or did you get stuff for the kitchen? Or did you get stuff, what did you get for Christmas that's special to you? What was your most special Christmas gift that you received this year? I've got quite a few interesting ones, so I'll get into those probably later. Probably later. Because it's going to be interesting. You're going to have to see pictures. You're going to have to see pictures. I was going to do a tea party today, in addition to doing the checkerboard, and I decided it was a little too much work for today. I needed the rest. I slept in till a whopping 7:30 this morning. Hey, Janet, welcome in. She says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas back to you, Janet. Thank you. Thank you for that. The hardest part of this whole checkerboard initially is just doing all the little 2-inch squares. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could strip piece them. So you could take your two of each 2-inch strips, and you could do a long strip piece between the two strips and then cut them into 2-inch tall segments. You could absolutely do that, and that would speed up your piecing. But I did this way the first time, and I kind of liked it, so I'm going to do it this way again. Hey, Brenda, welcome in. I saw your name for just a moment, and my chat decided that it wasn't going to keep you there, so I don't know why. There we go. She says hello and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Brenda. Janet says she got a magnetic hoop for her machine embroidery. Oh, that's fantastic. That is a good Christmas present. That is awesome. Now, is it something you were expecting to get? Was it something on your wish list, or was it something completely a big surprise? Shelby says no gift exchanges here. We just focus on spending time together. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That is worthwhile as well. Carrie says that she sort of got something. She ordered some fabric and it came earlier than expected. She told Santa not to shop a lot for her so that she can come to retreat in September. I like that plan. I like that plan a lot. I got a Merry Christmas wish from someone and turned around and come to find out they may be coming to retreat as well. So that was exciting to find out that we may have more retreat attendees popping up out of the woodwork. So I'm looking forward to retreat so much. It's been on her. Janet says that the magnetic coop has been on her wish list forever, so it was a surprise. That's awesome. That is very awesome. I think one of my strip sets, for some reason, did not measure up quite the way I'd hoped. Because some of my pieces don't seem to be a full 2-inch square, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. That is what Christmas is about the magic. It is all about the magic. So we went Christmas lights. We went looking for Christmas lights last night. We went the night before last, and then we went last night. And I did in fact get my mozzarella sticks last night. Hey, Katie Crafts, welcome in. She says hello, hello, and Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. So, the giveaway today will be at the end of the live. So I don't know how long it's going to go. Hey, Dawn, welcome in. I don't know how long it's going to take me to put it together because I didn't do it all in one sitting the last time I did it. So we're going to have to see how long it takes. But at the end of the live is when I'm going to do the giveaway. So I will give you guys the special word closer to the end of the live today. But I will definitely give this away live. I will definitely give it away. I know that it can be hard sometimes. You know, we're used to having all day, every day to spend, doing what we want, whether that be hang out on YouTube and watch videos or, whatever it is. And then you come along Christmas Day and everything's closed, so you can't go anywhere that would be on your normal I go here every day kind of thing. Like if you go get, I'm not expecting you to get Starbucks every day, but I know there are people who do. But, if you get your morning coffee every day, you can't really do that today if they are closed. So I know that throws a lot of people's schedules off. So that's why I also wanted to offer this live today. Brenda says that she got cash to buy Brown Bag Mystery with Karen Montgomery and the Symposium. Symposium shops. I've done the last 2 years. I love them. That's fantastic. Carrie says she is trying to create a paper piecing pattern of a picture. The scale is proving tricky. Scale is the challenging part. And Shelly says, that's cool, Brenda. Yes, it is. It's very cool. That is awesome. All right, so I've got all 64 of these pieced together into sets of 2. So instead of cutting them apart and having to figure out, because I did do them opposite. So this first one has the light on the right hand side, and the second one has the light on the left hand side. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There we go, maybe. So instead of cutting them apart, because there's 8 rows of 8, I'm just going to count down 8, and then we're going to pick the next row up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that is row 1, or rows 1 and 2. So 3 and 4 are just going to attach just directly to that. I'm not even going to bother cutting it apart. I'm just going to continue to sew and we'll make it work. This is what I tried to do blindfolded, and I I got everything twisted. I should have taken the time to set this on the table and lay it out. But of course I got some of my darks and my lights messed up too, so it wouldn't have done me much good. I still would have had to rip everything. Hey, Jess, welcome in. She says, hello and Merry Christmas, lurking and cooking. What, pray tell, are you cooking? Let's live vicariously through Jess for a moment. I have not had to cook all day. I did all of my cooking yesterday to get the chili into the crock pot today. Brenda's saying hello to Jess. Yes, absolutely. We gotta be saying hello. Today's the day for hello. Even if it wasn't normally, today is the day for it. All right, there we go. Lining these up. Are you sure you're ready for the list? Oh, yes, please. Please. Are you sure you're ready for the list? She says she's making homemade biscuits right now. Ooh, yum. You know, I don't know the last time I've made homemade biscuits. That's, I might have to put biscuits on my list of things to make soon, because I haven't made them in a really long time. All right, but we're having mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, baked beans, stuffing, cranberry sauce, broccoli, salad, cheesecake, and probably some other stuff. Where's the meat? No, I'm just kidding. It sounds delicious. It sounds delicious. How long do you have left before you have to go to Christmas dinner? Or is this for at your home? Because I know you said before, I think you said you were having to travel. Oh, Katie Crafts has a pumpkin pie in the oven. We did not get pumpkin pie. I should make it, but I didn't. Brenda says that she made some keto Irish cream cake. Turned out yummy. Ooh, duck. Ooh, that I've never had duck, I don't think. I have had lamb, beef, pork, obviously, chicken, but I don't think I've ever had duck. I might have to try that sometime. I need somebody who knows how to cook it. I think that's part of our other issue, is that nobody around here cooks duck. Or at least none of the people I grew up around cook duck. Duck was not on the menu. And I don't know why. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm just going to leave this connected still. So this next row is going to be offset just by a little bit, but it will come out just fine. It's exactly the way it needs to be. That sounds like an interesting but very good meal. And my husband loves my mashed potatoes. He would be the one doing the sweet potatoes. He doesn't do them the way I would want them, but that's okay. Let's see, carrots. I would definitely be eating carrots. Maybe some of the baked beans. I'm not huge on stuffing. Cranberry sauce, absolutely cranberry sauce. And broccoli and the salad. I'd have to do a different dessert. I'm not a cheesecake person. You have got a lot on your plate to make too, if you're cooking all of that. If the duck is the only thing you're not cooking. Oh, I haven't made a cheesecake in a while either. I might have to make Mr. TheSiberianWind a cheesecake. Thankfully, he's got his headphones on so he can't hear me say that. So I can delay it by a little bit. I haven't made a cheesecake in a really long time. Oh. Who here likes cheesecake? I know. There's not a lot of people here, so the chat takes a minute. Of course, I'm also 30 seconds ahead, so I have to remind myself of that, guys. So I apologize, but I have to remind myself of that. Oh, I only needed to do 2 rounds. Okay. 2 rounds of 2 each is 8 across. So yeah, this is going faster than I thought. Brenda likes cheesecake. Awesome. Yay. Hey, Regina, welcome in. No, Annette. You're Annette, aren't you? So Magic Fabric Magician, you're Annette. Okay. I'm so sorry. My brain is not fully functioning today. I have had no caffeine and I haven't had caffeine since April and it's starting to kick. It's starting to kick. Gluten sensitive. Don't usually find them gluten free. Oh, I could probably make it gluten free. There's Regina. Hey, Regina. Hey, Ollie. Welcome in. Yes, Ollie, you did hear cheesecake. Jess is making cheesecake, or she's going to be having cheesecake with her Christmas dinner. You are Annette. Okay, yeah, see, there we go. There we go. Just had to get you both in here at the same time. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Hey, Chloe, welcome in. Merry Christmas. Carrie says that she did cinnamon rolls for breakfast and baked rigatoni for lunch because I could do all the prep yesterday and then quilt today. See, you know, that you're my girl. You're my girl, Carrie. It's in the trebuchet waiting on you all. Oh, waiting on you, Ollie. I love it. Yep, she's got it in the trebuchet waiting to send it to you, Ollie. Oh, I have not made a cheesecake in so long. I guess I should. I guess I should make one. I don't eat it, but I could make one. Had to make some coffee to sit for your live with some Mexican wedding cookies. Oh, and you didn't bring enough to share. For shame, for shame. You got to share on Christmas Day. I'm just kidding. You're good. You're good. Oh, it sounds delicious. I don't drink coffee, but I would definitely do the Mexican wedding cookies. All right. So here's what this is looking like so far, just so you guys have an idea of how I put this together. So now you've got 4 across, and here's the end of our first 8, because the next 8 or the next 4 across are actually facing backwards. Okay, so that's how you know that you're in the right spot. All right. I was going to make tea. So last year for Christmas, I did a tea party. And I pulled out my fancy teapot and fancy teacups. And we had a full-on tea party. And I did get some more teacups for Christmas. That was one of my Christmas presents. But I decided that with doing this, this was plenty. And I don't think I could do the tea and this today. It was just a little too much for me today. And it's also really hot outside. Guys, I'm in Wyoming, okay? I am in Wyoming. Yes, I am technically in Wyoming. I turned on the air conditioner today. I'm not happy about that. I should not be turning on the air conditioner today. It should not be happening on Christmas Day that I have to use the air conditioner here. I am in short sleeves and barefoot because it is too darn hot in the apartment to do anything different. I'd opened the windows to cool everything down because it's a little bit cooler outside than it is in the apartment, thank goodness. But it got too much moisture coming in. We had a little bit of a rainstorm come by. So that didn't help it actually cool off any. So I had to close the windows and finally kick the AC on. This is not the time of year I want to be running the AC. I know my parents in Alabama are having to run the AC today, but you know, that's normal for them. That's normal on Christmas Day to have to run the AC there. It is not normal here. My AC has been on for a week, says Regina. Oh my gosh. You know, I can't. This is not supposed to be AC weather. This is supposed to be heater and fireplace and cuddle up with a good book under a blanket weather. Or cuddle up with a good quilting magazine. and looking at all the cool patterns weather. It is definitely not supposed to be AC weather today, in my opinion. Now, Sean's quite used to that. Sean, from the guy who sews, he's quite used to that. That's his native weather from when he was growing up in Australia. No, 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 no. It should not be this hot here. It's in the 60s easily. Or, well, it supposedly was in the 60s. My computer says it's 51, but I don't trust my computer at the moment. All right, so now I've got 8 rows across, and I could, my dog is trying to look outside. So I could take these rows apart and then press them, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to finger press as I go. And I'm just going to go with the same direction the whole way around. So this is the quick, fast, and dirty and easy way to do this. Now, if you want to cut these apart and take the time to press them, you can absolutely do it. Carrie, I need to be on a flight. I absolutely need to be on a flight. She says she's watching the snowfall. I'm so jealous. So jealous. Now it says the 60s is chilly for her. So it's technically, according to the computer, it's 51 degrees outside. But do I actually believe it feels like 51? No. No, I do not. I mean, I wore a sweatshirt outside this morning because the wind was so strong, but no. This is not normal weather for us here. This is well above average weather for us. Well above average temperature weather. Let's see. Sweater weather in the 60s, right? See, I will wear sweaters in the 60s, but inside, people, including us, typically keep it too chilly. Oh, Erdina's asking, we're curious. She is in Maine. She is in the other half of the country from me. But she's a little bit further north, too. Wyoming's not quite as far north on latitude measurements, latitude, longitude measurements. She's further north than I am, but it doesn't mean I'm not jealous. Oh, I am so looking forward to colder weather. Come to northern Maine to see me, and I will. If it wasn't so dang hard for me to fly, then yes, that would absolutely be what I would be vying to do right about now. Because, yeah, it rarely snows in San Antonio. Oh, yeah, no. San Antonio does not get snow. And when it does, it shuts down the city, just like it does throughout the rest of the Southeast. San Antonio is far enough south. 50s is winter coat weather. Oh, no. Annette, where are you? Where are you? Now, September would be comfortable weather for you guys here. It wouldn't be super hot. You'd escape some of the heat in San Antonio. And you could come here and quilt and give yourself a break from the heat and then go back to your heat and enjoy it. You see how I'm trying to sell the retreat, right? Ollie is far north, yes. The AC has been running outside for a while now. Oh, outside, yes. Yeah, outside has had the AC running for you. I just wish it wasn't running for me. I really dislike, or I wish it was running for me outside, not the AC inside. Having to turn the AC on inside, nah. Shelby says it's 42 degrees and drizzling here, so damp and cold. Yeah, I take the cold, but not the damp. The damp just kills everything in me. So opening the windows earlier and then us getting that rainstorm, bad idea. Bad idea. My joints are killing because of it, but that's okay. That's okay. I was able to dry out the apartment a little bit. It didn't stay cold, or it didn't stay wet in here. It was a passing storm. Western Wyoming had an avalanche triggered I think they triggered it intentionally so that it wouldn't be a surprise avalanche, but they were talking 35 feet of snow. And I'm like, why can't we get some of that here? Why can't we spread it out throughout the state and not just, have it not just in western Wyoming? I want it here. I want the snow here. That's for sure. I'm in Michigan, but spent most of my life in tropical to Mediterranean weather. Oh, that's why. That's why I know. That makes sense. December is usually clear and a bit colder than this. Yeah. Here it is usually a lot colder. This is an unseasonably warm weather for us. And if we don't get a whole lot more snow, we are looking at major wildfire risks coming up in the summer, which would affect air quality, and I'm not looking forward to that. We have a lot going on this summer, and into fall, early fall, I don't want wildfires. Any ideas when you will have the payment options? Yes, I will have it up by the 2nd. Yep, I will get it up by the 2nd of January. That's for sure. I might have it a little bit sooner than that, but I know I will have it by then. I've got everything else that I needed to have to set it up, so everything else is ready. So that's the only thing that's waiting, is just getting the 30 minutes or so to set all the accounts up. Right now it should be colder where you are than where I am. Yes, it should be. It should be a lot colder here. This is crazy weather for us. Absolutely crazy weather for us. I should not be in short sleeves and barefoot. Like, that is not that is not Christmas Day weather. We moved up here to have white Christmases, and we're not having one. It's kind of a brown Christmas. All the grass has died for the winter. I'm worried about us getting these false springs. I'm wondering if the plants already think it's a false, or think it's spring, and we're gonna kill them again here in a couple weeks when it finally drops, when the bottom of the thermometer drops out. Oh, what am I just broke my thread somehow. All right. I don't know how I did that, but that's all right. It sewed the last of that seam before it broke. All right. There we go. So what do you guys think of these colors so far? Is it a little too much? A little too much? I hope you get some snow. They need it for the farmers. They do. Well, we don't have as much farming here in Wyoming. We have a lot of ranching and a lot of cattle. We have cattle, we have sheep, we have bison, we have all of that farming, that kind of farming, the ranching farming. We have all of that needs to be supported. And so it's really hard for us to grow much here beyond like hay for the animals. We don't have like a bumper crop out of the state of Wyoming. It just does not grow here like it does in the rest of the country. Nice, I can't do it until then. Anyway, I just want to do it before something breaks up. There you go. I hear you on that. Oh, sorry about that. Snow definitely needed. Yes, Shelby, snow is definitely needed. We need that snowpack. I mean, that 35 inches in western Wyoming helps, but that's close to the Idaho border. So we've got to worry about the rest of the state now. Carrie likes them. She thinks that these colors work well. Yay! Good deal. They were sold as, or they were marketed together when I bought them. But I've had them since Hancock Fabrics existed, so it's been a while. It's been a long while. They've been sitting waiting for the right opportunity. And so if you're going to make one of these checkerboards, you only need a yard of each of your two fabrics. So if you buy 1 yard of each of two fabrics, you will have plenty and you won't run out. you won't be, as long as you don't miscut a whole bunch of things, you won't be hurting to be able to make a checkerboard like this. And yes, I do trim my threads at the end of each row just because it helps my brain. It helps my brain. Do you know, I wonder if any of you, any of you eat those Terry's chocolate oranges that they sell? I hope somebody knows what I'm talking about. So I went looking at them last night. Or was it last night? Maybe it was yesterday. It was yesterday during the day, I think. Because we did end up having to go back to Walmart yesterday. And all that they had, all that our Walmart had of those Terry's chocolate oranges was the regular chocolate and then the ones with the popping candy. Oh, Shelby just picked one up yesterday. Yeah. I am looking. Oh no. Ollie didn't get a chocolate orange or mint one this year. Oh my gosh. See, I love those chocolate oranges, but I want to find a white chocolate orange. But I haven't seen them anywhere. Shelby gets the dark chocolate and milk chocolate for the hubs. Yeah. See, I get the milk chocolate, but I'm not a huge chocolate fan. Like it's not a draw for me to eat chocolate. But I got the one with the popping candy because I do like that. Like when Hershey's put theirs out with the popping candy, I get those too. Oh, Shelby got hers at the Hallmark store. Have you ever seen a white chocolate one? Do we know if they make them in white chocolate? I know white chocolate isn't actual chocolate. I know. I'm disappointed too, but not. Oh, poor Ollie. I went crazy getting sweets again. Oh, okay. So you went and got sweets, you just didn't get the orange or the mint. Okay. Oh, a peppermint bark chocolate orange would be fantastic. Or white chocolate one. Carrie says, I do when I can find them. I don't see them often because I'm not in the Walmart often. It's 2 hours away. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, when you get out here for a treat, you're going to have a shock to your system because Walmart is maybe 5 minutes away or 10 minutes away, depending on how the shuttle driver drives. It's not far away from the hotel at all. Either direction. Either Walmart is not that far at all. Well, I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but I like my dark chocolate. Yeah. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. I've been fighting it for the last couple of weeks. And so I need to stop fighting the sweet tooth because then I know I'm going to, like once I finally get whatever it is my sweet tooth has really been craving, I'm just going to binge on it, and I really shouldn't. So I wish there was a white chocolate version though. That's the one thing I haven't been able to find. Ollie says that he's only seen 4 different Terry's, the dark chocolate and orange, mint, regular dairy milk, and dairy milk with peppermint. Ooh, I haven't had the dairy milk with peppermint pieces ones. I haven't had that one. The Walmart on this side of town only had the regular milk chocolate and then the milk chocolate with the popping candy. I could go check the other Walmart because they're serviced by 2 different distribution centers. So maybe the other Walmart has something that this one doesn't. So we can hope. We can hope, right? That's what I'll do is I'll just hope that they've got it. But I'll go look. Probably tomorrow. I'll get out because I got to get out of the apartment. I love my apartment, but I got to get out of it sometimes, you know. We do the cabin fever problems here. We definitely get cabin fever. I can only watch so much TV, and I can only stare at my computer screen so long, and only play on my phone for so long. So, all right. So we're at 39 minutes. I've got one more row to sew, and then we will be ready to press this whole thing. Hey, Giovanna! She says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you as well. Are we still on Christmas Day? Are we still, is it like 8:30 there? Am I right? Am I close? I hope I'm close. Carrie says that she's taking the long way to me. Hubby wants to do some things in Tennessee on the way out. He rarely asks for stuff, so I can't say no. Not doing it on the way home because I need the shortest road home. There you go. That works. That absolutely works. You know, I can send you a couple places in Tennessee if you tell me what city you're going to. if I can tell you what direction, if you tell me what direction you're going. Ah, my machine decided to eat my thread. That's what happens occasionally. I got to talking too much. It's my fault. 10:36. Okay, so you're 8 hours ahead of me, not 6. Okay. I will figure it out eventually. I will figure it out. I don't know where I got the 6 from. Maybe I'm thinking of Sweden. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe. That or Zaza's in Scotland. Am I right? Great Britain, something like that. Somewhere there, that direction. Edinburgh, so she's in Scotland. Okay. I'm having to think through. I remember details. I do. I promise. My brain fog has been bad, guys. It's been really rough. So Mr. Siberian Wind got us a calendar. Me too, as the time zones in the US gets me. I'm not surprised. And I think I'm the only one on Mountain Time that I know of that broadcasts. I don't think I have anybody else. Oh, maybe Pajama Quilter, because she's on Mountain Time, but I haven't watched her in a hot minute. I don't have any other major content creators that are in Mountain Time Zone. And we've got Arizona Time Zone, but that is different because it shifts throughout the year off of mine. Carrie says, "Law, I'm going any direction on the way out." There you go. You know, I hear ya. Yeah, she's in the UK. They're 1 hour behind us. Okay, gotcha. So that's still not. I don't know what I was thinking then. Oh well. Oh well. I'm just glad you're here to join us, Giovanna. Merry Christmas to you. So, all right, now you get to educate me a little bit. What are your favorite Christmas traditions? This is for everybody. What is your favorite Christmas tradition that you do in your family? And it could be something that's common, you know, or it could be something that's very uncommon. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? I think Crystal Hart is on Mountain Time. She's in Texas. Oh, okay. No, Texas, I think. Isn't all of Texas on Central? Maybe. Pajama Quilter's in Eastern. They moved to North Carolina. That's why I'm missing her. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Robin is now in Arizona. Oh, okay. Oh, Giovanna's favorite Christmas tradition is to stay in bed. I like that tradition. I could have slept in today, but I didn't. I was very much awake. Much earlier than I should have been. All right, so this is the checkerboard before it is pressed. So it does blend together a little bit more than the other checkerboard that I did, one for Quiltmas. But I think it will all look okay in the end. And we're going for it looks good. We're not going for a perfect. I'm also not making checkers this time. Not sure about Texas. She hasn't posted or streamed in a few months, so okay. Yeah, Pajama Quilter, yeah. I knew that I saw her with the lady that's out of New York the last time I saw her live. And I just have not I've not got any notifications. So it's hard when a content creator goes quiet to remember, you know, unless it's, you know, something that you absolutely got every week, which I tried to catch as much as I could, but I didn't catch her every week, so. I'm also, didn't catch anybody this past Sunday. Like the last couple of Sundays, I haven't been able to catch anybody hardly. Sir? No, sir. All right. I wonder if I can scan. If I scan this pattern, I can enlarge it that way. That might work. Paladin Kevlar, out, please. Out. He has become insistent on either laying underneath my little table here or getting in the chairs in the living room. And I blocked him from getting up in the chairs. So he's kind of mad. All right, so this is now pressed. All right, if at this point, if you were making a checkerboard, if at this point your strips are wonky or your pieces are wonky, you can go ahead and square it up a little bit. I'm not going to square it up just yet. I am going to go ahead and add my next borders in. Had to take my neighbor to church this morning as she's old and it was raining. We are alert as the river is high now. Oh gosh, yeah. Definitely be careful. Definitely be careful. There's been a lot of rain this winter instead of snow, which has definitely wreaked havoc in Washington State. I know for sure. Thank you, Annette. And guys, yes, the Super Chat goals are up and running. So if you want to get in and get your raffle ticket for April, you are more than welcome to do so. So Annette, you have a raffle ticket for April 14th. Thank you. Traditions include lefse and fadigmand that are Norwegian treats. Lefse is a kind of extra thin potato tortillas served with butter and brown sugar. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. You know, I saw something, and I want to say that it was on the British Baking Challenge show, the one with Paul Hollywood and the tents and all that, but I'm not sure if it was or not. It might have been a different baking show, but they were to make this Norwegian, I think it was Norwegian, Christmas tree treat, and it's like all these different layers of cake, but they're like donuts, like stacked on top of each other. Oh my gosh, I so want to make one. I want to make it. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but I just assume that it's going to be delicious, so I want to make one. Have I bought the pans? No, I have not. They are on my wish list somewhere though. Fadigmand is a cardamom flavored fried cookie. Ooh, that does sound delicious. I agree, Giovanna. That does sound delicious. All right, so the inside border is at 2 inches. So I just cut my strips in half, okay? So I'm not cutting them to an exact size. So this is my selvage, so it's going to go off last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to opposite sides, and then we'll press and trim off the extra. And then we'll come back and do the opposite sides as well. They're super yummy and not too sweet. Ooh, that sounds delicious, Shelby. Yes, I have, Giovanna. Yes. Back in April, I ended up having emergency gallbladder removal surgery. And one of the things that they told me is that, well, you can eat whatever you want to now, and you'll just have, you know, some stomach upset. I said, you know, how about we not do the stomach upset part? And so I cut out all the Dr. Peppers I was drinking. So now I'm drinking 0 sugar or like low sugar foods or low sugar drinks. For the most part, I'm not cutting sugar drinks out completely, but I'm cutting back on the sugar content of my drinks and the calorie content. But I mainly started watching my my fat intake, and that has led to a significant amount of my weight loss. So I am still healthy as far as the BMI charts are concerned, as far as the weight range on the BMI charts. I'm still not, exactly where the doctors would want me to be, but yes, I have indeed lost some weight. I've lost probably since last December, because that's when I have my best, records. Since last December, I've lost about 60 pounds. So this time 1 year ago, I was 60 pounds, about 60 pounds heavier than I am now, give or take a little bit. Let's see. Yes, Tammy, that's also a traditional Norwegian dessert. I can't remember what it's called though. See, I can't remember what it's called either. But I did put those pans in my wish list on Amazon. I think it's on my private list, so like I can't just link you guys out to it for you guys to see it. But yeah, I so want to make it just to say that I've made it. I'm usually the one that tends to try to make the odd things in the house. I don't make all the traditional stuff all the time. The stuff that everybody's had. Oh, you're fine. Chloe says that she was sorry she left. She was driving home from the in-laws. That is okay, Chloe. I want you to be safe. Christmas Day is the worst time for you to not be safe. So, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. 60, yeah, 28 kilograms. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. My jeans that I wear, I had to go buy new jeans because my old jeans were quite literally falling off of me. And I had lost previously back in 2017 after my surgery in 16. I lost down to about where I am now, but I never went any further. But I am working on changing that. So I'm working on losing more. Krensakake or Krensakake, Norwegian ring cake. Yes, that is exactly it, Shelby. That is exactly it. That is the cake that I want to make. The wedding ring cake, yes. But they typically eat it at Christmas time. They might eat it at weddings too. But my understanding is they eat it at Christmas time as well. And it's not supposed to be very overly sweet either. All right, so this is with the initial border added. So now I'm going to add on the opposite sides. I really didn't think about how these fabrics would blend together. So it's a little bit of an adjustment. I wasn't thinking through apparently on the color choices. Losing is good, but not too quickly. No, initially I did lose very, very quickly, but I'm not anymore. It's very, very gradual now. So, oh, they do eat it at Christmas as well. Yes. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. So now you know what's on my I want to make this list in the kitchen. It's been on there for so long now. It's been before we moved the studio. I don't remember how long ago I put that on my list. I guess when I find the pans on my wish list, that Amazon will tell me how long it's been there. Good old Amazon, right? Good old Amazon. Alright, so I'm just folding over and trimming the extra. It doesn't have to be exact. You have to make muscles to be healthy. Yeah, there is that. But with my chronic fatigue from fibromyalgia, there's hardly any chance of me building up. I just have to try to maintain what I can. That's really the only options that I have. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm doing what I should be, as good as I can be doing for it. Well, we'll put it that way. I had one person stop me. Let's see. I barely eat any sugar and had surgery years ago and still haven't lost any weight. See, there could also be hormones at play, Carrie. That's the other thing, is hormones will also play a role in whether or not your metabolism will let you lose weight, or how much weight, or where you carry your weight. There's a lot of different factors that go into being able to lose the weight. So don't ever count yourself as, unable, but just realize that you may have different challenges than what I do. Giovanna says that today she put on weight for sure. Ooh. Pray tell, what did you eat, Giovanna, that caused you to put on weight? I'm curious. We're living vicariously through each other today. Because all I've had today is some deviled eggs and some chili. Actually, I really want some deviled eggs right now. Like, I don't want to even wait for the end of the live. I want to go get some. I want to go get some deviled eggs right now, but I'm not going to. Sanbacos are also good. They're little sugar cookies pressed into a tart mold. You can add a bit of jam on top after baking. Ooh. Oh, Giovanna ate lasagna. Now to finish the binding I made for the black and white quilt. Ooh, good deal, Chloe. Good deal. How did your daughter's quilt go over? Did she give the quilt to her dad? Am I recalling that correctly? Because that quilt was so pretty. So pretty. I think this checkerboard may actually end up being a little bit bigger than the last one I made. Because I think I trimmed more. I think that's what I did. Okay, so we have the initial border around the checkerboard. I'm hoping it shows up better on camera than what I'm seeing. So, I mean, I hope you guys can see it a little bit better than I can see it. Oh, she did. Good deal. Good deal. Oh, that's last minute. You are the Christmas elf. Finishing the binding yesterday. And a sweet called Tronchetto, which has mascarpone in it, and it is delicious. Ooh, sounds decadent. I don't know that I've had anything with mascarpone that I can point to for sure. All right, so we're doing the same thing again. We're adding more borders. These are the 1.5 inch strips that we cut. Hopefully I can get a new pick soon. The quilting is gorgeous. That's fantastic. That is so fantastic. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this from the back side. So this top side has no seams in it. That's not where we're going to sew next. We're going to sew on a side that has seams. So here's a seam. So when we attach the next border, we're going to attach it to the side that has a seam. Okay. You want to encase those seams like that so that you don't end up with a lot of extra bulk. You don't end up with extra seams on all the same side, because it also will mean that your quilting will not come out as pretty. Speaking of quilting, I'm gonna have to get in down there to get my walking foot, so we'll get that in a little bit. That sounds good, Giovanna. I love cheese, says Shelby. Oh, I like cheese. I will say though, I got some smoked Gouda cheese dip on the airplane on the way back, and I'm not really a big fan of Gouda, I don't think, anymore. It was not what I was in the mood for. But I also ate the fig jam, and I'm not a big fan of figs. And I think that ruined it for me. I'm not a huge fan of figs. Never have been. I'm not the fig Newton eating girl. That was never on my list of things I wanted in my lunch. When it is made well, it is. Italians are really good at making desserts, as well as all the different pastas and pizza. Ooh. Now, I do have leftover pizza in the fridge right now that I could eat instead of eating chili. So I might do that. And let Mr. Siberian Wind have more of the chili because he's eating it and happy with it. So I'll let him have it and I'll eat my leftovers. Because it's been there a day or so, so it probably needs to be eaten. Smoked Gouda is delish, but not sure about a dip with it. See, it was like liquidy smoked Gouda, so that you could dip stuff in it and eat it. And so I paired it with the fig dip, the fig spread, and the little crackers that came with it. Just not sure that that was the best combination. I was not as in love with it as I thought it would be. So I think my next flight out there, when I go back out to San Francisco, if they have the same boxes, I'll try a different one. Ooh. What in the world is my machine doing today? I don't know. I think my machine wants Christmas Day off. What do you guys think? This is weird. For my thread to break again. Maybe it's my thread though. It's a spool of connecting threads. But I don't know. My next thing will be to open that bobbin case up and see if there's something in the bobbin case. Because then the next thing will be changing the needle. If we keep breaking thread like this. That's really odd. It's really quite odd. That sounded weird. Yeah, it did. Tension, nope. Tension set fine. Tension set exactly where it's always been set. I haven't adjusted it at all. It's just been picky like this all day today, though. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know at all. Alright. I'm going to fold this over and trim. And then we're going to press these two strips out. And then we'll grab the next strips and put them on. I like sewing on Christmas. I will say I did have to go back and cut more strips. So that New Year's Day mystery that we were working on Tuesday night for cutting the fabric for, I did have to go back and cut more strips of that red. And I got the rest of the cutting done today. So the cutting is done and I'm ready for that on New Year's Day. So that can come off of my to-do list and my panic list, because I put things on my to-do list and then I panic about them later. Because that's just who I am. It could be during the bobbin. It could be. It very well could be. It very well could be. I'm going to see if it does it again, though, before I do anything else. We'll see. Hey, Barbara, welcome in. Satsapata, Norwegian sweet soup made with grape juice, raisins, and dried fruits. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Did you get that today? Did you get to eat some of that? Or is it just something that you've had in the past? That sounds really delicious. Whatever Tom made that's our dessert, he put whipped cream on top, but it's strawberry jello, crushed pineapple, and the whole berry cranberry sauce, a can of it, and strawberry jello. So that's what our dessert has in it. I don't know exactly how he made it or whatever. By saying hello to Barbara and hello to you as well, Barbara. Glad you were here. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Made every year since I was a kid. Love it warm or chilled. Ooh. It does sound delicious. It really does. Okay. I should be able to remember that. I'm going to see if I can. Because that'll be something for me to put on the list to look up. Now, if you don't want as many borders on your checkerboard, you absolutely don't have to put them. I did originally because it kind of framed it out better. It looked beautiful with it. I'm not sure how it's going to look this time, but we're just going to make it work. It's just going to be what it's going to be. Tapioca perla, make it thicken. Okay, that makes sense. I've used tapioca to thicken things up. That does sound yummy. Yes, it does. I agree, Giovanna. Sounds very delicious. I just remember them making that wedding ring cake. And just being enthralled with, oh my gosh, they have to use all of these different cake pans to make this thing. And they all have to be baked perfectly. Otherwise it doesn't come out right. Like I remember that. Giovanna loves tapioca. My husband does. I'm not a huge tapioca fan. I will use it and I will not complain about it, but it's not something I reach for. But I didn't grow up with it either. Like it wasn't on the menu at my parents' house. There's a lot of things that was not on the menu when I was growing up. And it's basically just what my mom and dad were willing to eat or liked to eat. Or, so on and so forth. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. I think I like this border. I like this border being on here. I think it frames it out nicely. And the quilting will also help bring out the checkerboard in it. All right. So now we have the smaller border. So now what we're going to do is on the sides, the sides with the seams, this has got a seam right here. The sides with the seams are going to have the 2-inch wide strips the 2-inch wide strip we cut, because we cut one 2-inch wide strip. And then the top and bottom are going to have the 3.5-inch wide strip. Annette says she's going to get back to the festivities here. Merry Christmas, team. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye for now. Thank you, Annette, for being here. Enjoy the festivities. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Giovanna says that her mom used to make dessert with it using milk and brown sugar. Oh, very good. Well, thank you, Chloe. She says that this is looking good. I think so. It's looking better now that I've got this border. Like, I think until I added this border, I felt like it was looking very busy, and that's all it was looking like, was just busy. You can make the kranza cake without the molds, but I'm sure it's a lot harder to make them the right size so they fit together. Yeah, no. I'm doing it with the molds. That's why it's on my wish list. I'm doing it with the molds. I got to have the molds to do it. I already know. I'm going to be a little bit of a pansy about it. Not, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I'm going to be a little bit of a, I want help. I want the help. Now, when you're sewing the longer sides, once you get to this point, if you can sew a quarter inch seam with your walking foot, you can go ahead and swap to your walking foot to do this part. Okay. Something is definitely amiss, because now we have officially had the same thing happen again. All right. So clean out the bobbin case area first. And I can actually move that out of my way. And I'm going to tilt my machine up so I can look inside. Oh, there is indeed thread caught in there. So that may have been part of it. We're also going to change the needle. because I'm not gonna have it keep doing it to me. Enough is enough, yeah. Enough is definitely enough. We've hit that point. Alright. My bobbin case did not want to go back in there properly, or the shuttle didn't want to go back in there properly. It's helpful to know how to take your machine apart and put it back together for stuff just like this. Okay. I didn't see anything else floating around, so we should be good. All right. And I do want to say thank you. One of my subscribers sent me a beautifully large collection of needles, so I will not be running out. I'm going to finish using up what I already had open, so I'm going to go ahead and finish using up the Schmetz needles. But I do have to say a huge thank you to the subscriber who sent me needles for Ricky and for Beauty, so that I can keep quilting and sewing without running out of needles. So I appreciate it. Hi Barry Quilts, welcome in. Good to see you in the chat today. Thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you are having a wonderful and calm Christmas day and getting to do as much quilting as you so choose. All right. Now that we've got the dog hair off with me too, a little bit. Here's that. Oh, let me get the thread pulled back in through. It was definitely shredding it and then sending it back up. So let's see. All right, there we go. All right, we've got thread from the bottom and thread from the top. Good deal. And extra long thread tails, but I don't care. This is another thing I love about this table, is when you get one of these So Easy tables, you can special order, or you tell them what machine you have, and they custom fit your acrylic insert to your machine. So I have the custom acrylic for Ricky, and then I have the one for Beauty as well. So I'll have to lower the table, the insert table, back down for Beauty, because I raised it up because I'm mainly using Ricky right now because Beauty's on the quilt frame. But I love that, you know, they give you the options of the acrylics that you want, and they can fit every brand. I haven't seen a brand or type of machine that they cannot fit to. So it's very awesome. I really need to see if they'll give me an affiliate link, right? I do now have an Amazon affiliate link, but I haven't been pushing that yet. But yeah, I have an Amazon affiliate link. So if there's something that you want on Amazon and you want Amazon to give me commission, then, because it doesn't cost you anything, just let me know and I'll get you an affiliate link to go get it. Okay, this pattern design is breaking my brain. Time set aside and playing my scraps. See, you can make this out of scraps too. You could be making a quilted checkerboard today. All right, we're gonna run Ricky back up to speed. It sounds better. Oh, we haven't broken yet, so sounds like we fixed her. Sounds like we fixed her. And I seriously hope, guys, let me know, is my machine too loud when I do that? If it is too loud, I will make some adjustments. Okay, this pattern, oh yeah, okay. I thought I didn't read something, but I read it all. I got it all. And anything that I'm cutting off that I can cut something as long as it's an inch or bigger off of it, it is indeed going on my table. That is a yes it is. That is a much better sound than the last round. All right. So that's the last of that, the side borders that's going on. And it sounds tough, Carrie. That time for a palette cleanser, right? Absolutely. Palette cleansers are fantastic. That's why I'm also doing the Quilt of Valor blocks for the retreat. So that you have built-in palette cleansers. You don't have to go out and buy anything else. And you don't have to bring something. It's a palette cleanser. You can bring just what you really want to work on, and then you know that there's palette cleansers built into the retreat. I'm so looking forward to retreat, guys. I'm so looking forward to it. I am looking right now at possible dates for another Zoom retreat. It will probably be early to mid-February, or we might do late February. So just keep in mind there might be a Zoom retreat coming up in February as well. Oh, good deal. Carrie is in the mood for scrappy half-square triangles now. Hey, you know, I got a whole bunch if you want to sew some. You just have to get here to get them. Giovanna is making Christmas baubles with her tiny scraps. She hasn't finished making Christmas decorations. That's okay. Are you really ever finished making Christmas decorations? Because you can always make more for next year. You know, that's my thing, is you can always make something for next year. All right. So this is the half length of the strip, and I have just enough to be able to trim off on either end when I'm done. So this is kind of the perfect size for it. Retreat is definitely something to look forward to. I know it is. I'm so excited. I have been wanting to be able to give you guys that opportunity to come to Casper and come hang out and relax and quilt and recharge. And to be able to do it, I consider that a blessing. That we're even to this point to be able to offer it. So I'm very, very excited about it. Reiki's sounding so much nicer now. So much nicer now. All right. Oh, good deal. Barry Quilts is working on a potato chip quilt. Ooh, I like those. That's a good use of scraps too. Oh, good deal. Janet is planning on the retreat in September. Yay! Did you fill out the interest form? Make sure that if you are planning to attend a retreat that you fill out that interest form. That way I can send you emails specifically for those who are planning to be here so you don't miss anything. So you get all of the notifications for the whole retreat. You don't miss anything. Is it okay to work on machine? Absolutely. There will be enough power and there will be enough tables. So yes. And you have your own table to yourself. So yes, you absolutely can bring machine embroidery. I think you're the first one that's told me that they're looking at bringing machine embroidery, but it is absolutely fine to bring it. I do not mind at all. I think that'll be fantastic. Carrie says if she continues to forget to mail my scraps, she'll bring them when she comes. Oh my gosh. So I had my Secret Santa sent me the December box and told me who she was, or who she is rather. She's still living, so she is an is, not a was. But she sent me, I think, like 4 yards of one fabric, and then every other fabric she sent me this month coordinates with that one piece of fabric. So I'm going to look through my patterns and see if I can keep all those fabrics together and put a quilt together with that, or do I just want to break it all up and it'll all go into my stash anyway, which because I have so many projects planned right now, that might be what happens, but I'm still going to look. Still going to look and see. All right, there we go. Got that one. All right, let's see. And to top it off, in the recycling world, I am also using dried out whips not to throw them away. Good deal. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm 90% sure I'll be there, and if so, I will be bringing Hubs, who said he would like to come with me. Oh, that's fantastic, Shelby. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And by September, I may actually not be in this apartment. So if I'm in a house or something else, that'll be a good thing too. Get away from the noisy upstairs neighbors. Oh, gotta love noisy neighbors, right? Gotta love them, right? I'm trying to convince myself. All right, so this is the entire background of the quilt, or of the checkerboard, okay? So you've got 3.5-inch strips at the top and bottom, 2-inch strips on the sides, then you've got the darker border, and then the lighter border, and then your checkerboard, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and press this real quick so that I can get these strips pressed out. And when I'm adding these borders in, I am just pressing everything away from the center. So when you're adding things in, you can just press away from the center. It will not matter either way. If you want to press towards the dark, if you've got a very, very dark on your dark fabric, you can absolutely press towards the dark and it will be just fine. You know, you don't have to just press away. I have a new word. HSTs are now hits because autocorrect says so. Oh my gosh. All right. So we got hits now. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate that. Welcome into the chat today. Merry Christmas. She said that I choose wonderful colors. Thank you. These are actually, I've had these fabrics since Hancock Fabrics was still around. So these have been hanging out for a hot minute. Okay, so this is the base piece of the checkerboard. We're done with it for right now, okay? There's nothing else we need to do with it right this second, so I'm setting it off to the side. All right, so you should have 2 3.5-inch strips by width of fabric, okay? So they're very, very long. We are going to just sew them together real quick. Giovanna's going to say good night. Have a great Christmas day, everyone. Thank you, Giovanna. Sleep well. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. It was good to see you again. So we're just going to sew these together with a 1/4-inch seam down the whole length, and be careful just not to stretch your fabrics. I mean, these are not as narrow as the 2.5-inch jelly roll strips, but you could potentially still stretch them. Oh, okay, so something is still not liking me with this machine. I don't know what, but it did the same thing it's been doing. It could be this thread too. I mean, that's the only other thing I think of that it could be. But we're going to clean the machine out again. This time I'm going to take the stitch plate off. And nothing there. Let's see. Okay, nothing's there that I can see. Ricky will get a very, very good secondary cleaning after this live. I don't know why she's being a pain, but she definitely is. You know what? Let me see. Valerie says she's late in joining because she was making salad for our dinner. That is okay. That is okay. Chloe says that happens with her with connecting threads. Yeah, that's what this is. This is Essentials by Connecting Threads. And it's that big cone. And I've had it a hot minute, so it could be a little old. I mean, I've only had it maybe 2 years at most. So like I may have had it since 2023. Because I think I may have ordered it back then. So it could be that, it could be the machine, it could be the thread. And it's not the needle because we just changed the needle. I haven't done anything to cause it to do it, so who knows? Who knows? Shelby says, good to know, Chloe. I bought some of their thread but haven't used it yet. See, I've used most of this cone already. Like, this is getting closer to the inside of the cone. So that could be why. Like, I mean, this is not, let's see, there we go. It's not even it's definitely not a full cone. So the possibility is that when it's at either a top or a bottom edge, that there could be a manufacturing defect in the way that they made the spool. Could be the way that the spool is wound that could be causing the problems. So anything's possible. One thing that I do with threads like this, if I've had like multiple breakages, I make sure that when I start sewing again, I start a good 10 to 15 stitches back from where it last broke, so that there's no chance that my stitches come out. So you can't really do that as easily when you're quilting without it being noticeable, but when you're piecing, you can absolutely start, further back. So I basically double stitch wherever it broke last. So when I start it back. Do I have a thread net? Thread net won't fix it. If it's a manufacturing defect, thread net won't make a difference. Because basically what it would be doing is the thread may actually be breaking, or there could be a weak spot on it where they packaged it. They put that, some companies put the plastic shrink wrap around the spools, and I've had thread do that before when you have the tight plastic, because maybe when they're doing the tightening of the plastic, it does something to it. I don't know. So anything's possible. So, and it's connecting threads in the bobbin and the top thread, so it's the same thread in both. And it seems to not like it when I'm going faster, which lends me to think that it's a tensile strength issue, manufacturing issue with the thread. Until I changed the needle, it could have been the needle. And I cleaned up the bobbin case, so it wasn't that. So, it is what it is. So I'm just not maxing out my speed. That's all I'm going to do differently, is just not max it out. Okay, so we've got the two 3.5-inch strips sewn together, right sides together. And now what you're going to do is you're going to open them up. You're going to press the seam towards your darker fabric. Okay, so you're going to press it towards the inside of your pocket, down the whole length. We're not even going to cut it apart until we're done with this part. We don't want to bother cutting it apart just yet. We're not even going to sew it to the quilt top yet. Okay. It is super fun to put it together and just quilt it at the same time. There's no reason to do it any other way. All right. All right, so now I've got the seam pressed towards the dark. And so what we're actually going to do is we're going to fold them back together. And we are going to top stitch along the side that we just sewed, okay? So we're going to top stitch it. So all that we should see on the front side is the fabric we want to see, okay? For me, that is this fabric, the lighter fabric. Now, if you want to do a contrast pocket, go be my guest. Do whatever you like. I'm just going to put this under my foot and do 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Use the guide of my foot. If you want to use your walking foot and do some fancy stitching on it, do what makes you happy. You can add as much or as little to this as you like. If you're going to embroider, before you do this top stitching, go ahead and embroider. Go ahead and embroider your pockets before you top stitch this, okay? So these are the parts that you would embroider if you're going to put you know, somebody's name on here, or you're gonna put, you know, checkers on one side, chess on the other, you name it, whatever you're gonna do. And if you want to match your thread color to your fabrics, this is when, if you haven't already matched your thread color, this is when you would match your thread color. I'm going to stitch this entire thing with the white thread. I'm not going to change my thread. I didn't pull any extra thread to match it with. On the other checkerboard that I did pull out a cream colored thread, but I didn't think ahead and didn't pull it out for today, and I'm not going searching. So, and I don't know where Mr. Siberian Wind went, so I can't exactly ask him to grab me a thread that he likes to go with it. So, it's fine. It's fine. I buried my thread rack behind my quilt frame, so it's kind of hard for me to go reach it. Kind of hard. I made it difficult. It's all my fault. All right. Now, if you need, before you do the top stitching, you can also press it exactly where you want it to be, so you don't risk accidentally showing the inside of the pocket. If you want to do that, you can. You absolutely can. It would give you a little bit easier time. I don't mind manipulating it at the machine, but if you want that extra help from your machine or from the iron, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. This would be your checkerboard to customize, however so you like to customize it. All right. So now we've got it top stitched. So all I'm going to do is fold this with the fabric set of strips together. Hey, there we go. Chloe is getting another raffle ticket for April. Thank you, Chloe. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You have a raffle ticket for April now. All right, so we're just cutting it apart. So now you should have two. So this is the outside of my pockets. This is the inside. And we'll put them on there when we get to quilting. We are not, actually, I'm trying to think. Yeah, we're actually there. We're to the quilting point. All right, so I'm gonna get my scraps out of the way real quick. And I did pre-make the binding, so that way you guys wouldn't be hanging out waiting on me making binding, because I'm sometimes slow cutting my binding, and I didn't want you guys to worry about that. So I'm going to pull my walking foot out, and I have a walking foot with a guide on it. So this is the walking foot that I have, and you can see right here, this little ledge here comes down and comes to the middle of the foot. That is going to give me a guide to follow. If you don't have a guide foot, that's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world, but I am going to use mine because I have it. And this is a great opportunity if you've never used the guide on your walking foot. If you have a walking foot that has different sole plates or has a guide on it, this is a great project to use that for, because it's going to give you the line to follow, and you don't have to worry about whether or not you're accurately following it, because the foot takes care of that for you. All right, let me get my thread pulled through. There we go. And get my box out of the way. All right. So I already have my backing pulled for this, and I already have my batting. So this is my backing. I hope that it is large enough. It should be. Oh gosh, it actually isn't. Okay, it's just barely. It's just, no, not really. Debate. Bear with me. It should, with the last one it was, because I think I trimmed extra. So let me see. Let's see what we can do to make the backing. All right, so there's my checkerboard. Let me see if I fold this in half, if it is long enough. So if it is, then I can sew it down the side and create a center seam. No, it is not long enough that, well, no, it is not long enough that way either. How did I do that? Okay, so I guess do 1.25 yards for your light. A yard for your dark is fine, but 1.25 yards of your light will be perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do is we will trim this down. We'll trim the checkerboard after we quilt it. That's how we're gonna fix it. Because I'm not going to have any other fabric. Do I have more of this? I do, but it is not pressed. And that will take a lot longer. All right. This piece is 20 inches wide, so you need something a little bit wider than 20. Is the guide attached to the foot or a metal bar? It is actually attached to the foot itself. Now, there are the ones that have the metal bars, and I do have the metal bars I can attach to it, but you won't necessarily need that for this project. The one attached to the foot is perfectly fine. Play tug of war with the puppy and see if it gains length, right? Oh, I could, but the length is more important than the width, because the length is going to have those pockets on it, and you want those pockets to be deep enough. A work dog is a work dog after, right? Ah, okay, there we go. That's good enough. That's covering that up. So now the next thing is, so my backing is laying face down. Then there's my batting on top. And then we are going to line this up with where our backing is. And I'm just going to leave the selvages off. So our goal is just to make sure that it is as straight as possible, and we are not running way over on either side. Yeah, okay. This is as centered as it's going to get. It's as centered as it needs to be. All right. So I grabbed these, but I forgot to grab my tool. Let's see. There it is. Having everything within hands or within arm's reach really does help. So I'm going to take, I'm not going to use all of these pins, but I love this quick clip tool. So you stick your bent pin in to your quilt, catch all layers, and use this tool to hold your quilt pieces down as you bring your hands back up. So I'm not even putting the pockets on yet, okay? So the pockets need to be made, but you don't need to worry about them just yet, okay? We will get to the pockets, I promise we will. And you don't need a whole lot of pins. You just need enough that everything is not going to shift on you. If that means for you that you need a lot more pins than what I'm using, be my guest. Use as many as you feel like you need to keep things stable for you. I know me, I know I don't need a whole lot. I'm going about every hand width apart, approximately. And my rows are a little bit closer together, but that's okay. That is okay. There we go. We'll space it out a little bit more. And I will say this, don't do this on a wooden table. If you do it on a wooden table, you're likely to leave marks in your wooden table. So make sure that your table surface can handle having pins shoved at it, because that makes a difference. As you realize that I'm leaning off of camera, so I'm sorry. I can't seem to put me back in the frame and keep me in the frame somehow. It's Christmas. If something doesn't go wonky on Christmas Day, is it really Christmas Day? That pen may not be sharp anymore. All right. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, thank you. And yes, I do in fact have yellow ones of these little clips to go on here. I do have the yellow ones too. And I use them. This has blue, purple, blue, green, red, pink, orange, and yellow. Those are the only colors that it has. I wonder if it comes in more colors now. Oh, there's 2 shades of pink. There's a bright pink and a light pink. All right, I don't need all of these. I only need 2 more anyway. You know what? We'll use red and green for the last 2. We'll use a green one and then a red one. All right. There we go. All right, now, because I don't need all the rest of this up here, I'm not worried about it being exact. I just don't need it, okay? So before I turn it around, I'm always double check the back to make sure that the back looks fairly flat once you've got it pinned, because if it doesn't, now's the time to fix it, okay? Christmas colors, right? I know. I love it. I love it. The fact that we had Christmas colors to do on this. That's perfect. All right. Where do I want my jar? I don't know where I want my jar. Okay. We'll move my computer. No, it can't move the computer mouse there. All right. Computer mouse, jar, lid, rotary cutter, tool, scissors, and microphone. Okay. Now they're moved out of the way. And here's my pockets. Okay, so the pockets will go on during the quilting process, but they don't go on just yet. They don't. They don't. They don't. And the boys are going outside. The boys are going out for their afternoon out. All right, now one thing I do when I come back to quilting is I do raise my stitch length to about a 3, and I do pull my thread up. So I don't mess around with all that. I do go ahead and do this the way that you're supposed to do it. So I will bury these threads afterwards, but I'm not worried about it right this second. I'm not going to worry about burying. So I start at the edge of the checkerboard and stitch down a row. I think the first time I started in the center of the checkerboard, which you can do. It's entirely up to you which way you want to go. But I'm going to go up and down each row. And I do put my needle down at the end of the rows. So we're going to go just until I get to that next row. And then we're going to turn and go right back up the row. Are y'all bored? Y'all got quiet. Y'all got very, very quiet. Is it me running all over the place? Now, if you want to put this on a quilting frame and do something fancy, then go ahead and do that. Nobody's going to be mad at you. Nobody is going to be mad at you for doing that. I won't be. I'll put it that way. I won't be. There we go. I forgot to put my presser foot down. That's all on me. And I broke thread. Oh my gosh. It is Christmas Day. It is definitely Christmas Day. All right. I got distracted by looking at stuff on Amazon that I don't need. I hear you on that, Shelby. I hear you on that. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. If you want to win this checkerboard, go ahead and put the word checkers into the chat. So just the word checkers. I'm sure somebody will be able to spell it correctly, I'm hoping. Was cutting fabric across the room, says Carrie. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. I don't know where my brain has gone. Like my brain has suddenly left the room. You know, it's checked out. Let's see if I can get this row quilted. There we go. Chloe wants to win it. Does anybody else want to win it? I know you guys are 30 seconds behind me, so I'm ahead. Ah, Janet wants to win it. All right. So I got 2 takers that want to win the checkerboard. Oh, thank you, Chloe. She says thumbs up for Tammy. I appreciate it. Yeah, we have a small crowd today. Very small crowd. I didn't realize we were almost at 2 hours. That explains where my brain went. My brain starts checking out. I think I'm at the ledge. I'm at, yeah, I'm at there. All right, there we go. All right, so I got 2 takers wanting the checkerboard. Anybody else wants the checkerboard? Put the word checkers into the chat. Let me make sure Nightbot is picking it up too. Let me go grab Nightbot again and make sure I don't need that window. Here we go. All right, good. Nightbot is indeed picking up on you guys. Even though Nightbot isn't showing me that it's picking up the rest of the chat, it's picking up the winners. Hey Denise, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Merry Christmas to you. Hey, Canadian Family Life, welcome in. So we're making a checkerboard, so if you guys want to win the checkerboard, you need to put the word checkers into the chat. We're going to do the drawing in probably about 10 minutes, something like that. Chloe says time is flying by, probably because she has to work tomorrow. I know, right? Thank you, Denise. She's saying congrats on 1,000 subs. I appreciate that. It has been a long time getting here, but it's actually been short comparatively in the YouTube world. But I feel like it's been forever for us to get here to this point. So this checkerboard is in honor of hitting 1,000 subscribers. So this is kind of a celebration thing. All right, Valerie wants to win it. Awesome. Awesome. Canadian Family Life. She says, I'm here for the fun. If someone let someone else win, it's a pain to ship to Canada. It is, but I would do it. So if you do want the download sheet, there is a link in the description box. So if you want to make one of these yourself, you absolutely can do that, and it is in the description box as much as you can follow along with it. It's got all the measurements you need, what you need to cut and all. And then I've done all the quilt top already today. So we're quilting it right now. And we might be able to get to putting a little bit more into it too. I'm thinking we'll get there. I'm thinking we'll get there. All right. Moo. Okay. Hi, Denise. Yes, absolutely, Shelby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming them in. So yeah, this is the time that if you wanted to change your thread colors, you could to match your project a little bit better, but I'm sticking with the white thread. We're just going to stick with the white thread. Awesome. Everybody saying hello to everybody. I think my checkerboard pieces on this one actually came out better than and more even than the first time I did this. And I like that it's a small enough project, so even though I have to roll it up inside of the throat space of my machine, it fits beautifully in this small machine. So this is definitely a project you could do no matter what size machine you have at home. All right, put the presser foot down because I forgot that time. I'm typing on phone, not used to. Make all kinds of typos. I hear you, Denise. I understand that too. And my thread has broken again, guys. Oh my gosh. This thread is just going to be the death of me. It is determined to be the death of me today. All right. Trim that. And rethread at the top because that's the one that's breaking. I mean, and it's a fairly clean break, so I think it is a manufacturing issue. I mean, just looking at it, it's not shredded like I would expect if it was a issue with the bobbin. So, oh well. Now, Denise, if you want to win this checkerboard, you just need to put checkers into the chat. We're going to do the drawing in, got probably another 6 minutes. I think another 6 minutes is when we're going to do it. Oh, and I bet you guys can hear my upstairs neighbors now. Banging on the wall or whatever they're banging on. Whatever they're doing. My thread is messed up. My thread is definitely messed up. Oh, I'm glad all you guys are here. Merry Christmas to you all. Glad you showed up on Christmas Day. I know that's asking a lot, but I'm glad to see all you in here today. It's very, very sweet and kind of you to show up. I hope you had a blessed and calm Christmas so far. All right, back to quilting. Yeah, I get new words when I chat with my phone, right, Carrie? Canadian Family Life says, couldn't type for a minute and tried claiming I wasn't subbed, and I am. You know, YouTube has been doing that. I hit 1,009, and then I went back down to 1,000, and then it's slowly climbing, but I'll gain 2 and lose 1. So it could be YouTube booting people off just because I hit 1,000. So I'm not shocked. I can't wait to finish this quilt and gift it. It is a tough time of year for my coworker friend. Her sister passed this time of year. Oh my gosh, this time last year. That is incredibly tough. That is really tough, Chloe. I can understand wanting to get it gifted. It's been a pretty good Christmas, says Chloe. That's good. That's very good. All right, so once I get these these vertical rows done, I'm going to take it off the machine and show you guys. You will want to go back and do horizontal rows as well. Don't just do vertical rows. Go back and do horizontal rows to finish the quilting. Okay, I guess I'm not. My thread just broke again. Oh my goodness. All right. I do not know what has gotten into my machine or my thread today. So, okay, so you know what? Let's do this. Let me grab you guys to this screen. There we go. All right, so this is the state of the checkerboard right now. So I've got some vertical rows quilted, not all the horizontal rows, but you can see the checkerboard more clearly now that the vertical rows are in. You can see a little bit more. The neighbors are incredibly noisy, Shelby. They're crazy noisy. So you can see on the back, you can see the vertical rows forming. So I will come back and do horizontal rows. What you're going to do is after you get all of your centerpiece of your checkerboard quilted, you're going to come in and quilt around in the borders, okay? So you want to come around the checkerboard itself and then come around. I did both sides of this darker border. And then you can also do a row or two on this outside sides. Thank you, Chloe. Then you also do want to quilt up here in this 3.5 inch wide strip area, okay? With that being said, once you're done quilting it, don't take your walking foot off just yet. You will take your pocket and come lay it on top of your 3.5 inch wide section, okay? So you'll take your pocket, lay it across. I only put one row of stitching right here to create a double pocket, okay? If you want to put more pockets, put more pockets, but I think it really only needs the one to hold it in place and keep it from flopping all over the place. Then you put on the binding. For this one, I've already pre-cut the binding. So it is 2.5 inches wide, and I did use bias binding, okay? So I did use bias binding, and this is cut 2.5 inches wide. What I will also be doing is, and when I get to this part, I will do a short video, okay? I'm not going to do it live today because I need to be able to bind it and see how much left over I have, because then I'm going to take, these are the fast turn bias turning tubes. It comes, this is 3 of them in one. So the green is one, the purple is another, and the pink is the biggest one of these 3. I think I'm going to use the pink this time, but I may go back down to the purple. I did the purple last time. What you do is you make your bias tube, and let's see, I'm going to be using, I think the purple, or am I using the teal? Okay, teal. All right. So what I will be doing, and I will do the video when I get to this point, so you guys know exactly how these things work. I have been dying to get my hands on these for 1.5 years, and I finally found them this summer. So you take your bias, it has to be bias. You do not want to use flat fabric, and you turn it right sides together and you sew your seam, okay? Then you put it on top, you take that tube that you just created, wrong side or right sides together, you stick it onto your tube, okay? And it would, of course, you know, be sewn up the whole length, okay? Then you take this, and it's got a little pigtail on the end. You stick it through, and this little pigtail end, you wind it into your bias tube, and then you're able to pull it back through and it turns your tube for you. So to do the ties on here, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. So when I get to that point, I will video record that for you guys. I'm not going to keep you guys longer because I mean, we're already at 2 hours. I don't want to, that's not fair. This is Christmas Day. I'm not going to keep you guys longer than that. And my brain is also starting to fry with the machine thread breakage issue. So we'll figure out what I need to do to fix the thread breakage issue sometime other than right now, because I'm gonna go get some deviled eggs and some dessert. But let's go ahead and do the drawing, see who is going home with the checkerboard once it is finished. So if you want to enter to win the checkerboard, put checkers in the chat. I'll give you guys another 2 minutes, okay? Carrie says she uses those turners for her bag straps. I love them. I absolutely love them. And I looked everywhere for these. All the ones that I could find before were plastic. And I just felt like they were going to break on me. And I have a lot of bias tubes that I need turned this year for a project that I actually wanted to do for last state fair. So this upcoming state fair, I will actually be able to do that project because I have the tube turners to turn the tubes and make the bias tubes that I need to make for it. So I had to have these in order to make that project easier, and the plastic was just going to keep failing me. So yay, Barbara also wants to win as well. So we've got 4 people entered to win. So that is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So you guys have like 1 more minute. So what else can we say? So tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So 2 hours from now, tomorrow, we are going to be live. I'll have Alicia from Quilty Bird Piecing and Kathy from My Hobby Home. They will be joining me. We will work on Yuletide Sampler 2. So if you've not turned your notifications on, go turn your notifications on if you want to come hang out and watch. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll. We are going to choose a winner. All right. And Barbara, you are the winner. All right. So I don't know that I have your info. So let's do this real quick. Let's see. Here we go. Let's make sure Nightbot works for me and does everything it's supposed to do. All right, so Barbara, if you will click that link for me and let me know when you are done, and I will make sure that everything got picked up. Google will let me know that, or all your information will go into that form so I know where I'm shipping this, and I will ship it as soon as it is done. So it may be right after the beginning of the year when I ship it out, but I will indeed ship it. Let's see. You are so welcome, Barbara. You are so very welcome, and congratulations. Yeah, I don't think I have your information yet. So yeah, I definitely need you to fill that out for me. So do you guys have any plans tomorrow? Who all has plans other than, well, I think Chloe said she's got to work, which I feel bad for you having to go to work tomorrow. But who all has plans to quilt tomorrow? Who all is going to be quilting tomorrow? You guys know that I will be. I have to be. I have to be quilting tomorrow. This is just a quiet day. Okay. That's what it was. I spoke too soon, saying that we were having a quiet day. Yeah, we're not having a quiet day upstairs. Oh my goodness. Gotta love the upstairs neighbors, right? Gotta love them. Tomorrow I'll be staying here. Oh, God, good deal. Chloe's got some days off next week. Good. You have earned them, lady. Going to look at Christmas lights tomorrow night, then eating at a Mexican restaurant. Oh, I'm jealous. You know what? We could probably go to Texas Roadhouse tomorrow. I think we've got coupons for Texas Roadhouse. I'll be working on a scrappy wall hanging quilt. Ooh, I like that plan. I like that plan, Valerie. You know, you can also enter. I do Sew and Tell the first Tuesday of every month. So you could, in fact, enter Sew and Tell for January and get on the list to win the next Sew and Tell giveaway quilt. So I've got to work on that quilt too. Oh, good deal, Shelby. Yes. I plan to quilt like I do every day. There you go, Carrie. I like that plan. I need to get to where I'm actually quilting more than what I'm doing. Hey, it looks like I have your information, Barb. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so as soon as I have it ready, I will ship it out to you in Minnesota, Barb. Thank you so much. So guys, I will be live tomorrow night with Kathy and Alicia from Quilty Bird Piecing and My Hobby Home. They will be working on Yuletide Sampler 2 with me, and I think we're in month 4, so it's always a lot of fun. We have great conversation. So be sure to come hang out with us tomorrow night, and then I will be live again Sunday night for After Sunset Sunday, and it's going to be the last one of the year, so you don't want to miss it. I don't know exactly what all we have planned for Sunday night, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. As far as I know, it's going to be interesting, so you probably want to come hang out. And I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you've not petted some fabric today or put needle and thread to fabric, go do that. Go get that serotonin boost, the dopamine hit. Make sure you get all of those warm fuzzies that we quilters love, because it's that time of year. You need it, right? My 4-year-old granddaughter will be with other relatives, so I will have some time to quilt. Yay! That's awesome, Barb. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, guys, I will see you on tomorrow night's live, or I will see you Sunday night. Until then, thank you for hanging out with me, and have a great